Chakobo festival celebrated in Manipur with much enthusiasm and traditional fervor. Women drive autos with their kids to visit paternal homes for Ningol Chakobo. Chief Minister Nongthong Mombirin attends Chintan Sivir, All India Home Ministers Conference on Internal Security. Northeast witnessed 74% decline in militancy since 2014. Armed Forces Special Powers Act a first power withdrawn from over 60% areas, says Amit Saha. And Pabung Iboyaima, father of social workers fondly remembered Amuko Peiroijam Nando Luang bets for promoting agriculture for food self-sufficiency. Hello, you're watching IS English News. Before we begin, IS News would like to remind our viewers to practice physical distancing, hand hygiene, wear masks, protect yourself and get vaccinated to ward off COVID-19. I'm JESSIA OINAM giving you the news in detail. Ningol Chakobo Festival, one of the biggest festivals of Manipur, was celebrated yesterday on the second day of the month of Hyanggai in Manipuri lunar calendar with much enthusiasm and traditional fervor across the state. The festival aims to strengthen the bond of love between Ningol married women and brothers and parents. Married women and their children adorned in traditional attires were seen visiting their paternal homes for a grand feast offered by their parents and brothers. Parents and brothers were seen preparing, lavishing, and extensive meals for their daughters and sisters. At their parents' house, the women were given gifts and total comfort. With no particular religious elements, the reason behind the fondness of the festival is the effect it has on strengthening the bond of love and affection between married women and their paternal families. The festival proudly portrays the affection parents and brothers have for their daughters and sisters. Gifts are offered with a blessing to the daughters and the grandchildren by the parents and brothers. Brothers are blessed by sister on this special day. Heartwarming scenes of Ningol Chakobo were seen in every family across the state. Pictures of Manipuri women driving auto with their kids settled in the back to visit their paternal homes for Ningol Chakobo also surfaced in social media, and it was a sight to be cherished. The festival was also celebrated by various ethnic groups in Manipur and Meitei diaspora living outside the state. Chief Minister Nongthong Mombirin attended the two-day Chintan Sivir on internal security with Union Home Minister Amit Saha chairing the session. The Chintan Sivir All India Home Ministers Conference was held at Surajkund, Haryana from October 27 to 28. Home Ministers of all states were confabulating for 2 days to discuss a host of internal security issues, including checking cybercrimes, ensuring women's security and coastal security. On the occasion, Chief Minister and Biren expressed immense gratitude to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Saha for their strong support towards improving law and order in the state. The Chief Minister, apart from deliberating on various important matters, also highlighted the significance of War on Drugs campaign of the state government, which has now become a people's movement. Chief Minister and Biren also said he had to skip Ningol Chakobo festival celebration this year as he had to attend the conference. According to the Union Home Ministry, the two-day brainstorming session in Haryana was organized to prepare an action plan to implement Vision 2047 and Panch Pran announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his Independence Day speech. Development of an ecosystem for cybercrime management, modernization of police forces, increase in uses of information technology in the criminal justice system, land border management and coastal security and other internal security issues were discussed at the event. State Home Secretaries, Director Generals of Police, and Director General of Central Armed Police Forces and Central Police organizations also participated in the program. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has claimed that overall security situation in the northeast region of India has vastly improved over the last 8 years since the BJP came to power at the center. Amit Shah said that since 2014, there has been at least 74% decline in insurgency-related activities in the northeast. Moreover, he claimed that there has also been 60% decline in casualties among security forces and about 90% decline in civilian casualties in the last 8 years. Amit Shah made this big statement in regard to the security scenario in the northeast while addressing the Chintan Shivir of State Home Ministers held at Surajkund in Haryana. The Chintan Shivir of State Home Minister at Surajkund in Haryana was held from October 27 to October 28. He highlighted the peace pacts that were signed with the militant outfits like NLFT, NDFB and Karbi Anglong insurgents, under which over 9,000 militants have surrendered. Shah said that signing of this peace agreement has ensured lasting peace in the northeast states. The Union Home Minister added that with the advent of peace in northeast, the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, AFSPA, has also been withdrawn from over 60% areas. President of All Manipur United Clubs Organization Amuko, Phairojam Nando Luang, today highlighted on the importance of agriculture and the need to enhance and strengthen the sector to boost the economy and make the state self-sufficient. He was attending the 6th death anniversary of Pabung Iboyaima, also known as Father of Social Workers. The event was held at Singjamay Parking Community Hall. PH Nando Luang lauded Pabung Iboyaima for his immense role and contribution in the society and state as a whole, and further extolled his selfless dedication to agriculture. He recalled the 1939 Nupilan Women's War over the issue of export of rice from the state. Noting that the state is heavily dependent on imports from outside for almost all everyday items, Nando Luang stressed the need to carve out strategies for enhancing and developing the agriculture sector and kickstart the economy and make the state self-sufficient. President of Pabung Iboyaima Memorial Trust, Khunjamayum Gopen Luang, President of Poire Leimarol Mairapaibi Apunba Manipur, Ima Memchobi, Chairman of Committee on Human Rights, Pulindro Konsam, President of National Research Center, Thongam Ajit, President of All Manipur Women's Voluntary Association, Yumkhaibam Kunjarani, Vice President of All Manipur Ethnical Socio-Cultural Organization, T.H. Raghumani, President of Manipuri Students Federation, Maibam Jules Khuman, among others, took part in the event.
Labuki potoksi, labuki chawgi limitation of the Nomogi Potomaran Kai Potomise, me Maran Kairagadi, Potomaran Kai Baxi, wait, Nomodi, Mokoshu Mokogi Lebak, Potomamse, a quick Lebak, the Bato Lebak, Potoyaroi, was studying I high hope, period of Motamda, a quick Karisata Gapsi, a quick Kandamotam, Masi Babu, we have an Mina Sumzar, Suga, which was Sabiarway. A quick 1939, the Manipuri, a quick saying, Papa Potoyaroi, Lam, Puram. Masi 2020 gi matung da thoma ching thoi lebak mayam jinamo gi ching ji mapal mo gi lebak to bato lebak ta to bistit.
President of All Manipur Working Journalists Union Amju Wangkhemcha Samjai hailed former senior journalist of the Telegraph Kelen Tokchom for his invaluable contributions in investigative journalism and asserted that he was also an inspiration to the young journalists of his time. The Amju president stated the same during the 62nd birth anniversary of Kelen Tokchom at Manipur Press Club in Imphal today. The event was organized by Kelen Tokchom Trust. Samjai paid tribute to Kelen Tokchom and said that his demise is an irreparable loss to the media's fraternity of the state. He also urged the young journalists of the state to follow Kellen ideals and vision to enhance investigative reporting. Kellen Tokchom Media Fellowship 2022-23 was awarded to senior journalist of Sanalaibak Delhi, Taurem Biswajit, in recognition of his notable works in challenges in sustainable agriculture in Manipur's limited paddy land resources. President of Editors Guild Manipur, AGM Khogendra Khomdram, trustee and advisor of Kellen Tokchom Trust, Irengbam Arun, founder of Kellen Tokchom Trustee, Tokchom Memcha, Amju members and several others were present at the event.
journalist ke ko gi ethics ke tapi tabi ro na ba chi ma yam kana than tawrami adana ma chi ko gi ma like ta chi yam noi ta bani adunga shi ma gi yam singthana ngoi bam na ko gi khilang thau so ko trust na ko gi journalist ke ko pelo che ki pi dana ga shi imphal na phungba asang lai ba ke ko gi senior journalist ko gi resource ta ko gi ma pelo che ki khan ba gi na ron sing da ko gi investing journalism da che lag ina ba gi ithila ma yam sang no pi ba aju bani lai khadra ba sing che ko na tung da hauri ba ma yam puna mo na gi ning ga ganda mo na irme ba ko gi iraturing style yam forceful oina irme ba yam puna mo che ko na tambatai
With 2,208 people testing positive for coronavirus infection in the last 24 hours, India's tally of COVID-19 cases rose to 4,46,49,088, while the number of active cases of the infection has declined to 19,398, which comprise 0.04% of the total infections. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the death toll due to the viral disease has gone up to 5,28,999, with 12 more fatalities. A decrease of 1,423 cases were recorded in the active COVID caseload in a span of 24 hours. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 1.55% and the weekly positivity rate was recorded at 1.12%. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease has gone up to 4,41,691, with 3,619 recoveries in the last 24 hours. The country's recovery rate stands at 98.77%. Over 219.60 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Top 3 states contributing maximum number of COVID-19 cases to India's tally are Maharashtra, Kerala and Karnataka. Meanwhile, in the northeast India, Assam has the highest number of active cases, followed by Mizoram and Meghalaya. COVID-19 has infected over 63 crore 47 lakh, while more than 65 lakh 89,000 have succumbed to the dreaded coronavirus, and recoveries are above 61 crore 37 lakh. Globally, USA has the highest COVID-19 cases, followed by India and France. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today mooted the idea of one nation, one uniform for police, saying it is just a suggestion and he is not trying to impose it on the states. He said cooperative federalism was not only the feeling of the Constitution, but also the responsibility of the states and the center. The one nation, one uniform for police is just an idea. Quote, I am not trying to impose it on you. Just give it a thought. It may happen in 5, 50 or 100 years. Just think over it, Modi said. The Prime Minister said he thinks that the identity of the police across the country could be identical. He also urged the state governments to review all laws and amend them to the current context, as he battled for coordinated action by all the agencies to meet the emerging challenges of law and order and security. Modi said it was very important to maintain a good perception of police, and the wrongs here should be addressed. Addressing a Chintan Severe of State Home Ministries, Modi also advocated close cooperation among the states to tackle crimes and criminals. Now it's time for a short commercial break. We will be back with latest news and updates. Keep watching IS News.
Sky Hospital News Bulletin.
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯏꯄꯨꯔꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯣꯏꯔꯥꯡꯈꯣꯡ ꯃꯃꯥꯡ ꯁꯥꯕꯟꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯤꯌꯥꯏꯁ ꯇꯣꯝꯕ ꯆꯍꯤ 63 ꯁꯨꯔꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯦꯝꯃ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯏꯄꯨꯔꯣꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯄꯨꯔꯥ ꯁꯤꯔꯒ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯈꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯒ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯍꯧꯈꯤꯕꯗꯁꯨ ꯏꯄꯨꯔꯣꯏꯕꯩ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯀꯟꯕꯤꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯥꯔꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯣꯛ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯍꯧꯈꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯞꯇꯦꯝꯕꯔꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯡ 18ꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯇꯥꯗꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯨꯕꯁꯦ ꯅꯔꯁ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯗꯥꯛꯇꯔ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯗꯥꯛꯇꯔꯅ ꯁꯥꯔꯅ ꯀꯟꯕꯤꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯅꯥꯇꯣꯟꯗ ꯅꯣꯁꯇꯤꯡ ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯕꯗꯣ ꯆꯥꯛ ꯆꯥꯕ ꯉꯝꯖꯔꯦ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯆꯪꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯕꯤꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯍꯥꯔꯠꯄꯨ ꯅꯥꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯕꯤꯄꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯣꯛꯄꯨ ꯇꯧꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯥꯏꯗ ꯍꯦꯛꯇ ꯆꯪꯕꯤꯔꯣ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯏꯄꯨꯔꯣꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯀꯜꯂꯤꯁꯤꯅꯤ ꯗꯥꯛꯇꯔ ꯁꯥꯡꯒꯦꯁꯣꯔꯕꯨꯁꯨ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯆꯔꯤ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯐꯕꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯨ ꯅꯔꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯣꯏꯔꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯗꯥꯛꯇꯔ ꯏꯄꯨꯔꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯍꯨꯠ ꯁꯤꯗꯨꯅ ꯅꯔꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯣꯏꯔꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯏꯄꯨꯔꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯀꯟꯕꯤꯕ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛꯇ ꯗꯥꯛꯇꯔ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯔꯨꯛꯇ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯨ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯨ ꯗꯥꯛꯇꯔꯕꯨ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯆꯔꯤ
ꯑꯅꯥ ꯂꯥꯌꯦꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯀꯤ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯀꯣꯏꯕ ꯆꯠꯄꯗ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯅꯨꯡ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨ ꯗꯦꯜꯂꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯐꯝ ꯂꯩꯇꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯀꯣꯛꯂꯒꯅꯤ ꯗꯦꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯦꯌꯔꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯀꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯅꯛꯅꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯍꯤꯄꯥꯜꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯂꯩꯖꯔꯦ ꯍꯣꯇꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯝꯕ꯭ꯔꯣꯁꯤꯌꯥ ꯂꯩꯐꯝꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯨꯄꯥ 1,000 ꯍꯧꯔꯒ ꯄꯨꯡ 24 ꯄꯤꯀꯞ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯗ꯭ꯔꯣꯞꯀꯤ ꯇꯦꯛꯁꯤ ꯁꯔꯚꯤꯁ ꯂꯩꯒꯅꯤ ꯔꯦꯁꯇꯨꯔꯦꯟꯠ ꯁꯔꯚꯤꯁꯀ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯐꯪꯕꯤꯒꯅꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯔꯕ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯍꯣꯇꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯝꯕ꯭ꯔꯣꯁꯤꯌꯥꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯇꯔ 500 ꯔꯣꯝ ꯆꯠꯂꯒ ꯚꯤꯁꯥꯜ ꯃꯦꯒꯥꯃꯥꯔꯠ ꯀꯤꯂꯣꯃꯤꯇꯔ 2.5 ꯆꯠꯂꯒ ꯑꯦꯝꯕꯤꯌꯟꯁ ꯃꯣꯜ DLF ꯃꯣꯜ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯏꯔꯥꯞ ꯂꯥꯞꯇꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯔꯕ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯌꯧꯕꯗ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯔꯕ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ ꯉꯁꯤꯃꯛ ꯀꯣꯟꯇꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯛꯎ ꯍꯣꯇꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯝꯕ꯭ꯔꯣꯁꯤꯌా A217 Road number 6 Mahipalpur phone number 9643504772.
Welcome back. You're watching IS English News. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has appealed to all nations to rise above political differences to address terrorism. In his inaugural address of the informal briefing on combating terrorism financing in local and regional contexts, Dr. Jaishankar said UN Security Council has regrettably been unable to act in some cases because of political considerations and said they undermines collective credibility and collective interests. The External Affairs Minister expressed displeasure that key conspirators and planners of 26/11 attacks continue to remain protected and unpunished. He said it was not the only attack on Mumbai but an attack on international community. Dr. Jaishankar called for united efforts to send a message that the international community will never give up on holding terrorism accountable and holding justice. He asserted that terrorism may have plagued several regions of the world and went on to claim that India understands its cause more than others. Dr. Jaishankar also presented 5 points agenda for the consideration of the committee. A special meeting of the UN Security Council Counter-Terrorism Committee was also held on theme countering the use of new and emerging technologies for terrorist purposes at Mumbai. Vietnam has reported about 260,000 cases of dengue fever infections and 102 deaths so far this year. The Ministry of Health. The number of infections and fatalities grew nearly 5 times from the same period in 2021. The ministry said, adding that major outbreaks are likely to occur in many provinces and cities in November and December, reports on news agencies. Now, the sports news. In a historic move, the Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, has announced equal match fee for both men and women cricket players of India. BCCI Secretary JESSIA announced the landmark decision in a tweet. He said the move was BCCI's first step towards tackling discrimination. The BCCI women's cricketers will be paid the same match fee as their male counterparts. As per new rules, the payment for tests will be 15 lakh rupees, 6 lakh rupees for ODIs and 3 lakh rupees for T20. Odisha FC pick up their second win in 2 games at home as they beat Bengaluru FC 1-0 to move to the top of Indian Super League ISL with 9 points. Nandakumar Sekar scored a bitter in 33 minutes and it turned out to be the game's only goal. This was Nandakumar's second hero ISL goal and also his second against Bengaluru in the ISL. Joseph Gomboa made one chance to the side that defeated Kerala Blasters. The host started on the front foot as BFC goalkeeper Gurpreet Singh Sandhu quickly went down and denied Jerry at the near post after just 2 minutes. Gomboa's men opened their account in the 33rd minute with an absolute thunderbolt from Nandakumar. In the 67th minute, Odisha ventured forward with Pedro Martin getting the ball into the box. Defender Alan Costa, who scored a headed goal in BFC's only win of the season so far, came on 7 minutes from time to play alongside Krishna. However, the visitors failed to apply the final touch as they finished the game with just 2 shots on target. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Ningol Chakoba Festival celebrated in Manipur with much enthusiasm and traditional fervor. Women drive autos with their kids to visit paternal homes for Ningol Chakoba. Chief Minister Nongthong Momborain attends Chintan Shivir, All India Home Ministers Conference on Internal Security. Northeast witnessed 74% decline in militancy since 2014. Armed Forces Special Powers Act FSPA withdrawn from over 60% areas, says Amit Shah. And Pabung Iboyaima, father of social workers, fondly remembered Amuko Phairojam Nando Luwang bets for promoting agriculture for food self-sufficiency. That's all we have in this bulletin. Keep watching IS News.